building a better Bay Area for a safe and secure future. This is ABC 7 News.
An unprecedented day ends with an epic fireworks show and messages of unity.
Democracy has prevailed.
Tonight, the United States has a new president, Joe Biden, taking the oath of office today as the nation's 46th commander-in-chief.
We must end this uncivil war that pits red against blue, rural versus urban, conservative versus liberal.
Oakland's own Kamala Harris making history as the first woman, first Black American, and first person of South Asian descent to become vice president.
So help me God.
So help me God.
The seismic moment, a reason for many in the Bay Area to celebrate.
I am so blessed to see this historical event happen today.
Here's a live look at the Capitol Hill building tonight, where it all happened. Crews have spent the evening starting to dismantle security fencing and barriers around the Capitol building and around that area of Washington. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dan Ashley.
And I'm Daetz. ABC News reporter Elizabeth Schulze is at the Capitol to take us through this historic inauguration. It was the moment he's waited for his entire political career.
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear.
Joe Biden sworn in as the 46th president of the United States and delivering a speech pledging to unite a divided country, reeling from health, political, and economic crises.
To overcome these challenges, to restore the soul and secure the future of America, requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy: unity. Unity.
It was a ceremony of firsts. Kamala Harris making history, becoming the first woman, Black American, and person of South Asian descent to be vice president. And in a Capitol building still scarred by the mob of pro-Trump rioters, a special honor given to Officer Eugene Goodman, who physically stood up for democracy.
And at this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed.
The new president then laid a wreath at Arlington National Cemetery at the tomb of the unknown soldier. He was joined by former Presidents Bush, Clinton, and Obama, but not Trump, who skipped the inauguration. In an emotional moment with the new First Lady, Biden arrived at the White House, ready to get to work. He immediately signed 15 executive actions, many aimed at undoing Trump's policies, including rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, putting an end to the so-called Muslim ban, canceling the Keystone XL pipeline permit, and imposing a mask mandate on federal property. Tonight, there were no inaugural balls, as is tradition, an event taking place virtually instead because of the pandemic. Yet another testament to the enormous challenges ahead for the new president.
There isn't anything we can't do if we do it together.
The president and the vice president weren't the only ones to take the oath of office here at the Capitol today. 3 Democratic senators were also sworn in, officially giving their party control of the Senate. Reporting from the Capitol, Elizabeth Schulze, ABC 7 News. Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez, and Garth Brooks all sang at the inauguration today. But it's a rising star who took the mic who's now going viral.
Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished.
It was incredible. 22-year-old Amanda Gorman from Los Angeles is the youngest poet to ever read at a presidential inauguration. And she's the country's first National Youth Poet Laureate. Some of Gorman's former educators say they are not surprised.
I think she is the embodiment of a young woman who liberated her potential.
This afternoon, Gorman tweeted her 2 books had gone to the top of Amazon's bestseller list. She also gained hundreds of thousands of followers on both Instagram and Twitter today. And coming up tomorrow, she is joining Good Morning America for an exclusive first interview. You can watch it at 7 a.m. right after ABC 7 Mornings.
A real star is born. Back here in the Bay Area, San Francisco and Oakland City Halls lit tonight in red, white, and blue to celebrate the inauguration. Today marked a fresh start for some Bay Area politicians. East Bay Congresswoman Barbara Lee, also a longtime friend of Kamala Harris, attended the inauguration.
Oakland and Berkeley and the East Bay is in the White House. Progress is slow, but it's moving. We're moving forward. And so today is a very emotional day for me. It's a very reflective day, but it's a very joyous day because now we can move forward and take care of the business for the people.
For East Bay Congressman Eric Swalwell, it's Trump's upcoming impeachment trial.
Sadly, this conduct by former President Trump is not something we can just sweep under the rug. And I do think there is unity in holding him accountable and standing up for the victims of that attack.
The House charged Trump for inciting the insurrection, as you know, at the Capitol.
President Biden signed more than a dozen executive orders today and will have his first full day in office tomorrow. ABC 7 News reporter J.R. Stone spoke with Bay Area political experts about what we can expect in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead.
Deal with COVID, deal with the economy. Those are the two big things.
And the things that President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will face right away. Henry Brady is the dean of the Goldman School of Public Policy at UC Berkeley. He says COVID and economy go hand in hand.
It's not just that the government has stopped the economy. People have stopped the economy. People don't want to go out as long as it feels dangerous to go out. So you can't solve the problem just by fiat, by saying, let's open up or not open up. You have to solve the COVID problem first.
Doctors we spoke with say organization from a federal level is key to try to reach President Biden's goal of 100 million vaccines given out in 100 days.
Supply chain and support and coordination, and I think we can do it. What we really need is doses and coordination, and I just know our workforce will be there trying to help.
Amidst COVID-19 and the economy, there's also a hope to unify a divided country.
How do you unify a country when you put a former president on trial who still has supporters?
So many question marks, but certainly lots of hope, especially when it comes to the pandemic.
As he said, he's going to manage the hell out of this, and he's going to try very hard to make sure that it happens.
J.R. Stone, ABC 7 News.
Mr. Biden also released a sweeping immigration bill designed to create a path to citizenship for 11 million undocumented immigrants. But as ABC 7 News reporter Matt Boone explained, some undocumented residents say it doesn't go far enough, protesting President Biden's plan in San Jose tonight.
It started with a car caravan through the streets of San Jose, ending with a few dozen people gathering outside San Jose City Hall demanding papers for all. Nayeli Cruz was there.
We're trying to remind him, hey, you promised all these things for immigration and we're going to hold you accountable.
The bill would create a path to citizenship for undocumented people in the country, allowing for green card applications in 5 years and citizenship in 8, even faster for DACA recipients, those with temporary protective status, or farm workers.
We're hoping that we don't have to wait 5 years, but immediately.
Gabriel Manrique is undocumented and has been in the U.S. since 1990. While he wishes the Biden bill would create a faster path to citizenship, he recognizes even the current proposal would require a big fight in Congress.
It's not a done deal yet.
The bill would also allocate funding for more resources and technology at the border, though not for more construction of President Trump's wall.
It's not to open America's gates to anyone who wants to come here.
Mozafir Chishti is a senior fellow at the Migration Policy Institute. Though not likely to satisfy everyone, he calls this a holistic approach to immigration reform and a stark contrast to that of the Trump era.
It's a bold attempt at reframing American immigration policy, and the fact that it was done on day one was the right signal to send.
In San Jose, Matt Boone, ABC 7 News.
Donald Trump was greeted by supporters today on the way to his Mar-a-Lago County Country Club in Florida. Trump departed the White House this morning, skipping the inauguration. He did leave a note for President Biden, which Biden called generous. Trump has hinted some sort of comeback, but hasn't revealed his post-presidency plans. But much will likely depend on the outcome of the impeachment trial.
Many Tier 1A long-term care facility residents still have not been vaccinated. I'm Kate Larson. Coming up, why the pharmacies in charge, like CVS, say the rollout has been so slow.
San Francisco wants to vaccinate all residents by the end of June, the key challenge to meet that ambitious goal.
And dream big. Young girls celebrate Kamala Harris's historic moment.
I'm meteorologist Sandy Patel. Get ready to make the switch from spring-like to winter again. I'll let you know when coming up.
All right, Sandy, thanks. A lot more ahead for you here, but first, here's a look at what's coming up tonight on Jimmy Kimmel Live right after ABC 7 News at 11. Jimmy?
Thanks, Dan and Alma. Tonight's show is unprecedented. You seem to be in front of, like, a backdrop they would take baby pictures in front of at Sears.
Yeah, it's halfway between a Sears photo and a burn ward.
It shouts, "It's a boy," is really what I see.
Well, it has been quite the day, and we appreciate that you spent part of it with us. Thanks for joining us tonight.